Warning, this podcast contains coarse language and graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi everybody, this is Jessie.
And April.
And this is Murder and Things, a true crime podcast. I hope everyone had a wonderful week. How are you?
I'm just fabulous. Does it still have music in the beginning of this?
Yeah, we just have a really good editor.
Where should it be? Is it before we start talking?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah. It really shows you listen to it.
I told you that. I'm not listening to any of them. I put my voice out there for you and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's before. There's the music and then there's the content warning and then there's us. Then at the end, there's more music.
Oh, I see.
Oh, April's learning.
Shut up.
Yay.
Plus, I hate my voice in recordings.
I know.
Sound ridiculous.
You don't. You sound good.
I don't. It's like a high-pitched hillbilly fucking...
We are hillbillies. What are you talking about?
As I said in my flannel.
It's fucking cold.
I am freezing.
For those that aren't in Australia, it's freezing right now. Like... Stuff this is cold.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know, like, over in America, I think it's, like, summer over there, I think, or it's starting. What year are we in?
Far out, man.
Wow.
Oh.
So apparently the year determines the temperature. Yes, they do summer over there when it's our winter, and then when it's their winter at Christmas, it's our summer.
And they actually have a real autumn.
Yeah, see, ours isn't.
That's what do you like? The pumpkins with the faces?
Halloween.
I called the clothesline a clothes hammock yesterday.
What the fuck?
Oh, man.
You're having a good time with your words lately, huh?
There's a lot of uni stuff happening in my head.
Yeah, because you're so smart.
No, that's a problem.
Okay, so enough about us. I hope everyone's doing good. Yeah.
Stealing Scotch finger biscuits from Dad's pack of Bickies.
That's fine.
That's what the noise is.
I just want to state this, that the wrinkling ASMR you're going to get and the food munching right now that you're going to get in the background is all April. She's dunking that bad boy in milk. Yes. Also, if you hear whining, it is my dog Rocky. Now, I'm just going to give you a little bit of feedback. If you don't like it, that's fine. Fast forward like a little bit, whatever. Love you for that. Thanks. He had some dental work done today, and so he is just still grogged up. It's been a good, 6 hours since he's been home? And he is still walking around like a drunken sailor.
He's not coming down well.
It's like he's having a bad trip. He's very sooky, very emotional. And I want to put this out there. He is a 40-kilo American Staffy, and he is just the biggest sook. He looks like a bear when he sits. Like, legit, when he sits and looks back at you, he looks like a little bear. Like, if he was brown, I would have definitely called him Bear or, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, so Baloo. Well, it was either going to be Rocky or Baloo but I felt Rocky fitted his face better. But I really should have called him Baloo, considering the face he pulls 90% of the time.
Paddington, that's another bear.
If he was black and white.
What's the bear that takes the picnic basket? Your average bear and the picnic basket.
Far out.
All I got is Mowgli, but that's a little dude from Jungle Book.
Yeah, that is just the wrong thing. Oh, is it a picnic basket? Anyway, yes, and I know the one. I can't think of it. It'll randomly come to us during this episode, hopefully. God help us if it does. Anyway, otherwise it'll be 2:00 in the morning and I'll be like, oh my gosh! Yeah, so he's very emotional, very sooky, having a bad trip right now. Currently laying down on the carpet, looking up at us like, Mum, why the fuck did you do this to me? But, bruh, you needed dental work. It's that simple. Anyway, so if you hear crying and sooking and commotion and all of that, it's him being...
A dog's on drugs.
Yeah, it's him being really emotional and needing cuddles. Anyway, okay, so this week's episode, we are doing Dennis Rader A.K.A. BTK.
Did I walk in on you and Mum watching a bit of this the other day?
You did, my G. You did.
Every time you said his name, it made me think of a sandwich.
Oh, BLT.
Yeah.
Well, this loser, okay, doesn't. You good? Crunching into the mic? Are you crunching my thirst?
Crunching my thirst.
Yeah. Okay. So, this loser just. I'm so annoyed that he's still alive, but at the same time, I'm kind of torn because he doesn't deserve death because it's over. He deserves to be like literally tortured for the rest of his life, but the most like petty ways possible, I feel.
Like stealing the microwave plate?
Yeah, leaving like one battery in the remote kind of thing, like just that kind of shit.
No, I reckon it needs to be more like he stubs his toe all the time.
Yes, I hope he stubs his pinky toe all the time, and I hope that when he sits or turns around, he hits his ankle and the back of his foot into every chair and table possible.
And may all the little children with fucking, what are they called? Scooters. Flick him in the back of the ankles.
And in the shin. Yeah, because he's just, I'm going to say it, but he's a cunt. Like, he's worse than a cunt.
Trigger warning.
He's worse than a cunt. And you will see this.
Wait, is he still in jail?
Yes, that fucker is still alive. He's like 74 or something.
Oh.
Yeah, he gets like 1 hour of outside time, and that's it. He doesn't even deserve that. And he has a TV. Like, they've set him up. I think bullshit. I think that it should be on the sales or religious. No, because he's religious. No, they should have
the one where you buy and you get a steak knife for free.
Yes, those ads. Just that's the only channel. The shop channel, whatever that TV shop channel, whatever that channel is, it needs to be
the TV instruction channel.
Yes. Yes, okay, that needs to be the only thing that he's allowed to watch. That's how I feel a lot of the time. But you know what,
a lot of people, more often than not.
Yeah, but like more so because this fucked up. So let me tell you about this loser.
Hit me with it.
All right, so he was born on the 9th of March in 1945. So he's a Pisces for those playing at home. This asshole, he murdered 10 people in and around Wichita, Kansas between 1974 and 1991. Okay, but he didn't get arrested until like 2005 because of his ego. And he's so fucking stupid. The way he got caught was amazing. Okay, that's the highlight.
So wait.
Okay.
What was the date? Till 91.
Yeah, so from 74 to 91.
That's a chunk of time.
Yeah, so he kind of took his time for some of them. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, I've had enough for now, and then I'm just going to come back and torture people because it was like, oh, I've done my wrath for a little bit. I'm going to take a break. Okay, everyone's forgotten about me. I'm not in the news. I'm going to jump back in and torture everybody again and freak them out, then pull myself back out.
That sounds like a fuckwit.
Yeah, and that's how he got caught the last time.
So did he murder again in 2005, or did he just get found out in 2005?
So in 2004, he came back and started writing letters and stuff to the police and to the TVs, news channels and all of that stuff, right? So all of that's happening in 2004 because he's realised that the new generation...
Don't know who he is.
Exactly. Oh, hi, Boo. Okay, that is the cat. His name is Mouse, but I call him Boo. He's very... Oh, my God. He's gonna... Do you want to join us? Yes. Okay. Russ, chill. Yes, there's some love. Now shut up. He's going to try and eat me in a minute. Anyway, okay, so...
The laptop again.
Oh, my God, if he does...
If he does, put the microphone up. It sounds cool when he...
If he starts purring, you guys can hear some... Can you not?
That's what he does, but it's louder.
I know. When he realised that the generation then was... Oh, my God. Mouse! Russ, that is a mic. Get the frick away. We don't need you. You can stay over there. Like, love you, but stop. So, yeah, in 2004, he realised that the people, like the generation at that time, had forgotten about him. So he decided, I'm going to come back out in public and I'm going to torture everybody again because I'm a loser. And so he started writing letters, and then the police were like, oh, my God, like, fuck, it's happening. He wants to be all about what's happening. So he started doing all of that, getting back on his bullshit and all of that shit. But the thing is, though, he likes to collect evidence and, like, tokens from every killing he did.
Like a tooth.
No, like a ring or a watch. Like, what the fuck? It's not a Saw movie. Like, are you fucking retarded?
Well, I don't know.
No. Okay, no. And we're not, no, it's not Hannibal. Like, Jesus. You know, puts the lotion on the skin. Gets the hose again. No, so, yeah, there was a lot of things, like, and he would take photos.
Okay.
Yeah. So he would put these in the letters to prove that it was him, and then he'd send them off. And then when he started writing a book, so every chapter was a killing, and he'd put these in cereal boxes with black electrical tape saying BTK and putting them in random spots. And then he would either ring the police station or he would write a letter saying, "Did you guys find my book, my chapter?" And you're like, what? Then a random citizen of Wichita would ring and go, "I have, like, this thing that's got BTK on it. Help."
So he was doing this from what, 70?
No. This was in 2004.
Okay, why the fuck is he not just sending it in email?
Because he's stupid.
Because 2004, he's Sean's mate. I was in year 12 that year.
Yeah, oldie. No,
Fucked.
I just want to say this. He used a floppy disk. Bruss.
I wonder how many, you know what I'm going to say, like how many people actually know what the fuck that is anymore.
They should Google it. The people that are our age will understand.
And they'll all go, oh, that's what the save icon is.
Oh my God. Yeah, anyway, we've just probably upset a lot of people. I don't really care. It's true. Google a floppy disk if you don't know what that is.
And no, it's not an album, motherfucker. Or a record, I should say. No, they are two different things.
Yes.
Anyway.
So, yeah, we'll talk about that at the end, okay? Okay, so let's talk about his start. So, yeah, the asshole murdered 10 people in and around Wichita, Kansas between 1974 and 1991.
Okay.
Now, Dennis, we're going to call him Dennis. I want to call him Lynn but we're not. We're going to call him Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
So fuck you, Dennis. If there are Dennises listening, hi, we love you. Just not this fucktard, okay? No. Don't be offended. He's a loser.
No, I mean, be offended if you want, but...
No. Let's not do that.
I don't care.
I know you don't. So he called himself, right, BTK, and then explains what BTK means. Means bind, torture, and kill. BTK.
Yeah, you know what? I'm saying in my head.
I know, I can see you working that out. Yep, it was so fucking obvious. Anyway, he also in a letter.
Time, my head's fried.
So he, in his first letter, one of his first letters, he actually wrote a list of names.
Oh.
To call himself. Here are just a couple.
Oh, go. Yes, I want to hear them.
Okay, so obviously BTK. Then there's BTK the Killer, BTK the Strangler. There's the Wichita Strangler, the Wichita Killer, the Poetic Strangler.
What?
He writes a poem about a victim. It is later. We will discuss it later when the victim comes up. But I think he stalks her. Like, I want to say that he stalks her. I don't think he actually kills her. I think he stalks her. Anyway, yes, he stalks her, from what I can remember. And then there's the Garrote Phantom. Garrote Phantom.
Garrote. What's that? That's a way to kill someone or a device in which to kill someone? I can't remember.
No.
Which one? Or both?
It's both. It's a way to kill somebody.
Is it the wrapping around the neck thing?
Yeah,
or?
so you get like a pipe or piece of wood, and that's your...
Oh, okay, just everyone playing at home, she's doing the motions. I know exactly what the fuck you mean. And I'm getting it pictured in my head. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yes, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. So, yeah, they're the list of things, but he ended up calling himself BTK because he thought that was the bee's knees.
Well, he knows how to spell that.
Yeah, because he's a fuckwit. So they're just like, okay, boo, you do you. And he pretty much... He calls himself this because he is basically telling them how he kills his victims. He binds them, he tortures them, and then he kills them. Like, it's that simple. That's what he does. There's no modem for what he does. There's no nothing. It's like, oh, cool. I feel the urge to kill this random motherfucker. I'm going to break into his house and die, bitch, die. Like that's, that's what he does.
Well, that's joyous.
He also likes to stab people. He shoots them. Like there's shit that goes down. Yeah. So, yeah, and he just, yeah. And, yes, after every killing, he would write a letter describing it in great detail of the killings to the police and the local news outlets during the time of the murders that had been taking place.
Yeah.
He also liked to hide letters as well in random places. So, like, random victims will suddenly be a victim by coming across this evidence and reading it and being like, wow, what the fuck?
Oh, geez, that's just creepy.
Yeah, it's great. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, so that was my dog. If you heard it, he just snorted and rolled with attitude. After a long break in the 90s, he started the letters back up again in 2004, which then led to his arrest in 2005. He started back up because, yeah, he didn't want to be forgotten, and he just likes to torture people like that and freak people out. Again, he's a fucking loser. All right? Let's talk about his early life. Dennis was the oldest of 4 sons, born to William Rader and Dorothea Cook. He was born in Pittsburgh, but grew up in Wichita. I think they're far from each other. Both of his parents worked long, crazy hours, and they didn't really have anything to do with the boys. Dennis described feeling ignored by his mum, which his mother in particular, which he ended up resenting her for it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So from a young age, Dennis harbored a sadistic sexual fantasies about torturing trapped, helpless women. As he also exhibited, what would we call it? There's a word for it anyway. It's basically he would torture and kill and hang small animals and like get off on it.
Oh, great. It's serial killer bullshit.
Yeah. He was fucked up. Someone should have, so he was so fucked up, someone should have taken him out back and shot him.
Yeah.
Seriously. It would have done the world a whole lot of goodness. But, whatever. He also had a thing when he was little about cross-dressing.
Okay.
You do you, boo.
Well, I mean,
And he would act his fantasies out. Now, this comes up later because he continues to do it later, involving the murders, though. Yeah, good times. So during his cooling off periods between murders, Dennis would like to take photos, so here we go, of him wearing women's clothing and a female mask, like face mask, like the plastic female ones, while he was tied up. Later admitting that he liked to pretend to be his victims as a part of like a sexual fantasy he had. Yeah, and like take photos and shit.
Because that's not weird.
Yeah. And then he later admitted to keeping it well hidden because he was widely regarded in his community as normal, polite, and well-mannered. Like 2 totally different things. Dennis dropped out of Kansas University after a fucking year but then he ended up serving in the U.S. Air Force from 1966 to 1970, where he returned to Wichita and met and married his wife, Paula. Mm-hmm. They married on the 22nd of May, 1971. They had 2 children, a boy and a girl. The daughter, Kerry, and the son, Brian, earned his associate's degree from Butler County Community College in 1973, a Bachelor of Science degree, and majoring in administration of justice, which is fucking hilarious considering he was a serial killer, in 1979 at the Wichita State University. So he was educated.
Okay.
Yeah. Rader had a few different jobs while he was around in that area. So he worked in the meat department of an IGA. Then he was an assembler at the Coles Company an outdoor supplying company. So, like, outdoor shit that he would help with. I don't know.
Just outdoor shit in general?
Yeah. Sure. And then he worked at the Wichita ADT Security Service from 1974 to 1988. Now, this is where he would walk into homes and install security cameras and systems in the homes. In many cases, it was the homeowners concerned about the BTK killings. Like, how fucked is that?
Weirdness.
I know.
Yeah, ironic, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. The guy needs a shotgun to the dick, but, like, whatever. And to the face.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, so that was, yep. And then in 1991, Dennis became a dog catcher and compliance officer in Park City. While he had this job, neighbours recalled him as being overzealous and strict. He would bully and harass the single females in the area. He even had a complaint because he killed a dog for no reason, a lady's dog. Killed it. There was no reason for that to happen. So he had heaps of complaints and all of that, you know, that fun stuff. Dennis was also a member of the Christ Lutheran Church, and he had been elected president of the church council. He also was a Club Scout leader. And so there was that. So let me just put this out there. While he was doing the Cub Scouts, I keep saying club, it's missing an L, it's fucking me up. Anyway, so while he was out doing the scouting, they were doing camping and stuff like Girl Scouts kind of shit, he killed people while he was on these camping trips. So while all the kids were asleep, he would disappear, go kill someone, go back to sleep. He did it on two different...
random people, not other campers.
No, these victims. Now, I fucking know. Like, bro, you've got responsibilities. Could you imagine if something happened to one of these kids? Where the fuck were you, Dennis? Sorry, I was at blah, blah, blah's house killing her. What the fuck?
No.
But also, on these scout trips, he would also take the women's clothes, dress up, and take photos of himself bound up while he was out in meant to being scout leader shit.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I have got no fucking words.
No words.
Yeah, he admits to all of that, going, oh, yeah, you know, whatever. It's like, bruss. So his wife, was it Paula, divorces Dennis on July 26, 2005 after his arrest, and his wife was granted an emergency divorce. So it was like instant bam. Didn't have to none of that waiting bullshit.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So that pretty much leads that's like all the other random shit. So let's talk about his murders.
Okay.
All right. Now I feel that the first murder is probably the worst one because there's 4 murders in one. Yeah. So I feel like this is the worst one. I'm going to trigger warning everyone right now because I'm going to do my best. Like, I've done my best not to go into great detail, but there is detail. Like, I can't not put detail in. So, all
right, hit me with it.
Brace yourselves, everybody. So, on January 15th, 1974, 4 members of the Rader family were murdered in Wichita. The victims were Joseph, 38, Julie, 33, Joseph Jr., 9, and Josephine, 11. Their bodies were found by the 3 oldest children who were at school when the murders took place. After his arrest in 2005, Dennis confessed to killing the family. Dennis also wrote a letter and stashed it inside an engineering book in the Wichita Public Library in October of that same year. Scandalous. That described great detail the murdering of the family from that January. See? Random victim.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So when the Otira family was found, the parents were tied in the main bedroom. So they were all tied. So mum and dad were tied up in the bedroom. Mum was on the bed tied up on her back and dad was on the ground. So they had been strangled to death. Like it wasn't pretty. I'm pretty sure mum got stabbed quite a bit too. I feel like that's a yes. I think he had a thing about stabbing his females. I'm thinking mummy issues.
A little bit.
Joseph Jr. was found in his room. He was tied up, and his cause of death was suffocation. So what happened was...
Such an urge to sing that.
Audition, no breathing. Okay, no, because I'm going to get copyright. Anyway, so... Yeah. So what had happened was Dennis took him in, tied him up, laid him on the ground, put a bag over his head, and then put a chair over the bags around, like, on both sides of his face to hold the bag down, and he sat on the chair.
Oh.
And watched him suffocate to death.
That's creepy.
So he had a full show of watching this poor 9-year-old suffocate to death. And he put it, like, what the fuck?
That's just creepy as
shit. Yep. Now, once he had done this, he was all like, all right, the next one's the daughter. He took her to the basement.
Yeah.
First off, he choked her out first, and then he went and did all the other stuff. Then he come back, seeing that she'd come to, choked her again, strangled her again, then took her down to the basement and tied her up, was hanging her from a pipe in the basement.
Oh.
Yep. While he was down there, he said to her, don't worry, you'll be with them soon.
Oh.
Yeah, like that's the kind of shit he'd like to say.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, he did that. She obviously strangled, being hanged. He got off on it, masturbated.
Oh.
Yeah, had a good old time.
Okay.
Had a good old time watching her fucking hang to death.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit. Yeah.
That's really fucking creepy.
Yeah. I just want to state this. He stalked their house for a few days and worked out that the children left at 7 a.m. So the way he got in was it's just after 7, he seen the kids go, didn't realise that there was dad at home and that there was 2 younger children there.
Because he'd only been scoping the outside out?
Mm-hmm. So he waited till 7 and he worked out that at 7 o'clock when the kids went to school, the dog got let out. So he was like, that's my opportunity.
Right.
So he waited at the door. 7 o'clock the kids went. He went, waited at the door. The door got opened to let the dog out. He was staying there with a gun and was like, get inside.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't trying to stealth mode it in.
He was like, bam, I'm fucking here.
Oh, wow.
And he had a suit. He took like a briefcase.
Yeah.
Filled with toys. Like, not even toys. It was like rope, string, tape, everything he needed.
Nothing enjoyable, really.
No, none of the, it depends. Safe words. Pineapple. So, yeah.
That's why I can't look at the pineapples in the fridge over on the bench because it just makes me laugh.
So, yeah, there was that. That's how he got into the house. He didn't hurt the dog. He made the dad go and put the dog in, like, the bathroom or something in another room because he was like, no, I can't do that. That was his line.
Standards, of course.
Yeah, it was a dog. Even though when he was little, he would hang little animals.
Right.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I mean, he's got standards, Jess.
Apparently. So, yeah, there was that. And then in April, right? So, yeah, so he did all that, murdered all the kid, murdered the family. He then left.
Like a checklist, yeah.
Yep, bam. While they were dead, before he left, I think he left his knife there and realised it was there. I think he left another weapon there as well. I'm pretty sure it was just the knife though. He cut the phone cord outside of the house so they couldn't ring before he waited at the door. But, yeah, when the kids come home, the 2 younger ones came home and thought mum and dad were playing a prank. Aww. Then the oldest boy named Charlie was like, what are you talking about? Went into the room and he was like, no, that is not a prank.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah. So how fucked is that?
A lot.
Yeah. And he just walked out the front door like, bye, bitches, I'm out. But he took souvenirs. So he went to all the rooms and he took a watch and he took some rings. He took just random shit, really. But it was souvenirs.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was in the January. Now, in the April, so the 4th of April of that same year, so 1974, Dennis was ready to go again. Like, I'm ready.
Oh, gosh, okay.
Yep. Dennis broke into the home of brother and sister Kevin and Catherine Bright. They returned home about 1 p.m. to find Dennis waiting for them. Dennis was wearing a ski mask and was pointing a gun at them. Now, his excuse which is the similar excuse to what he used for the family was, I need your car keys, money, and food, and I won't hurt anybody.
Oh.
Well, he pointed a gun at them.
Okay.
So he did the same thing here, and they were like, okay, like, you do you, whatever you want. So because they said that, and they were cooperating, he tied them both up. But what happened was he tied up Catherine first, and then he tied up Kevin in a separate room, gagged him, and then he shot Kevin twice in the head.
Oh.
Yep. Then he goes in, strangles Catherine to, like, excite himself. Like, he was like, woo, I want to, like, yeah.
Okay.
But because she fought him and struggled, he stabbed her because he was losing control of the situation.
Right.
And then he stabbed her 11 times in the stomach to stop her. And he was shocked by the amount of blood, like it surprised him. And it took her 5 hours to bleed out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Somehow, while all this was happening, Kevin escaped and survived.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like how fucked is that?
Pretty.
Mm-hmm. Now, yeah, it yeah. I've got no words for that. Like,
that's pretty fucked up, Jess.
Yeah. The fact that that's what he did. And that was the first two. Like, it wasn't even
Like, how many did he do?
He did 10.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I fucking know.
That's a lot of plastic wrap.
Yeah. Like, I just got nothing. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, so there was that. And then, so, yeah, there was those two. I think we're going to do a part 2 because there's a lot more with the other victims and stuff. And, yes, that's part 1. That's his background and his verse 5. So he's already halfway. Yeah, we'll continue on next week. I know it was only a little episode, but, yeah. We'll see you next week. I hope everyone has a wonderful week and all that jazz. We'll discuss this further. Oh, no, we're going to talk about Friar Lee before we go.
What?
The pennies, the coins.
Oh, it creeps me the fuck out.
Come on, Essay. We said we would.
Go on, you tell the story.
Yeah, because I was not there.
Oh, fine, okay.
Come on. Come on.
It's creepy. All right, so...
Do it.
Yep. So, I've gone to storage units and previously, like a year ago, a little more than that, no, more than that, we had a storage unit and down the hallway and shit like that, we kept finding coins. Now, remember, this is storage units that's shared by the public, you rent the space, blah, blah, blah. At the same time... Mum went to... No, that happened afterwards. At the same time, we then found out that Granddad was sick. Right? And the term, when you find pennies, it's usually pennies from heaven. So it's somebody up there letting you know something. What it is, it depends on the time and all of that. Sometimes there's an indication as the pennies that you find, and if it's a date or a name or a type of coin... Most of the time it's a 5-cent piece. Every now and then it's an old 1 or a 2 cent that how the fuck they're still living around, I do not know. Anyway, so then a little bit after that, Mum went to a psychic. I think it might have been just after Granddad passed away or maybe just before. And they said the pennies from heaven, who got the coins? And Mum was like, well, fuck, that was me. Anyway, it was someone letting him know. I think one of them might have had Granddad's year of birth on it.
I think it did.
Or something came up and it worked out to be his year of birth. So I don't know. Anyway, so it turned out it was to do with Granddad. So fast forward to, last month?
Yeah, I think so.
That was a couple of years ago, right? So fast forward to last month and I'm putting all my shit in storage. And Mum jokingly says to me as we pull up, I haven't gone in there yet, I haven't even gotten the storage, signed the forms yet. I just know that I've got 2 rooms there to fill up. And they said, we'll get the forms, do all that shit, get my keys, get the lock. And Mum's like, Hope there's no coins here. It's like she jinxed us. I'm not even kidding. So we go down there, go in, unlock it all, and there's coins on the floor, down the hallway, down the path. It's like 4 5-cent pieces, a 10-cent piece, and I can't remember if, no, that was it. That was just those two, and there might have been a 1-cent piece sitting there randomly, which is really weird because we haven't had them in, like, I think before I was born.
Yeah.
You know, maybe like just, I don't know. Anyway, beside the point. So, yeah, so we see the coins. It's like, oh, my God. And as we found the coins, I will say that I felt uneasy, that my hair stood on end, and it was very uneasy, and the atmosphere changed in the storage room. It was really creepy as fuck, basically, and it got thick and dark. That's pretty much what happened, and cold. So I'm like, fuck this. Threw everything in, locked it, and left. The next time we go there, Jess is with us, and it seems a lot calmer. There's 3 people there. I
was so ready to, like, experience stuff. I was like, come at me.
Yeah.
I'm walking down all the creepy shit. Like,
yeah, it
come
was
on.
a bit, it was, you know, and we're trying to figure out who the pennies would be because...
They were still there.
Yeah. So the pennies were there, couldn't figure it out. Well, the coins were there, couldn't figure it out. Before we took Jess back for the second time. So Mum and I are there by ourselves. We see the pennies. Everything changes. My hair starts standing up on end on my forearms, and I'm trying not to think about it because I'm like, no, there's got to be a logical explanation. If you know me, you know that I don't do the bullshit and it has to be rational.
Yeah.
Like what really fucking happened? Let's get some facts here. But I'll be honest, it looked like down the end of the hallway, which doesn't help with the song and creepy, that there was somebody leaning up against the wall like they were having like their smoko break, And it looked like maybe a floppy hat they were wearing or I don't know. I couldn't work it out, but from the outline I got, it was like there was a bloke down the end there and he was having a smoke break. He was crouched down, sort of on his feet, crouched down, leaning up against the corner of the wall. It was just a silhouette and it was gone within a second, but then all of a sudden my hair went from just standing a little bit on end to completely standing up on my one forearm, not the other. And so then I quickly locked it all up, and of course Mum bolted, and I'm like, you need to stay here because I'm like, it's freaking out. Anyway, we left, we bring Jess back, absolutely nothing fucking happens. The coins are still there, she picks them up and fucks about with it, goes down the end, comes back up, nothing happens.
Yeah, I'm like, hi demons.
Like, toad's fine. So then Mum and I go
come
back,
at me,
and
let's
the
be
coins
friends.
are not there. So when Jess went with us, she put them to the side. And
I wanted to bring them home.
So like stacked them and put them on the side of the footpath. So we go back and I look around and I don't see them. They're not on the floor. You can't miss them. The hallway is no wider than a standard hallway in a house. It's not massively much wider, or maybe like another foot wider, but that's it. So it's not like a vast space you're looking in. And the floor's like a red, I think. So
yeah,
you see
like
the silver,
you
see it, So anyway, so there's nothing that I can see. So we do a couple of trips. The atmosphere seems a bit better. Mum's parked outside of it, and I'm filling up their old trolley thing and taking it into the storage room and emptying it out. So normally I don't worry because I can't work out Mum's seating in her X-Trail to save myself, so I just don't worry about trying to fix these fuckers and putting them back to where they belong. So we're on the last load, and for some reason I feel the need to stay out and try and fix them. Never done it before, never needed to. And Mum wanders in with them, and then she comes out and she goes, you've got the key, or I had something and she needed me to help her go in and put the rest of the boxes in the storage unit. So I grab one more box, I walk in front of her, and I go to put it on the trolley so I can wheel the entire trolley. It's like the size of a pallet with wheels, basically, and you can fill her up and then take it to your storage unit and empty it out. So there's a corner of that that's empty, and I'm going to go chuck my box that I have on it, and I'm like, decided last minute, no, I'll just walk it straight around. So as I walk it straight around, I trip over and drop the box, and right where I drop the box, where I go to put my hand to pick it up, there's the fucking coins. So there's 1 5-cent piece, and I just turn around, I'm just like, nah, not happening. I don't want to deal with your bullshit today. No, thank you. I turn around, and there's another one directly behind me in the middle of the hallway, and then again about a foot, maybe a bit more, the other 5-cent piece behind that. At that, Mum comes in, right? And she's looking at me, and I'm like, I found the coins, Mum. And she's like, fuck. And she goes, what do you see? I said, there's a 5 cent here at my hand, and then directly in the middle, right one behind each other, in the middle of the hallway is another 2 5 cent pieces. And she said, well, where's the other fiver, or the other small one, and the 10 cent piece? I said, I don't know. She goes, I'm going to freak out if they're in a line somewhere else. And at that, she moves the trolley backwards, and guess what's in a line under the trolley? It goes 1, 2 5 cent pieces, 10 cent piece, and then another 5 cent piece. How did we not see them in the middle of it? And I'm not even kidding. You could have, like, scientifically measured either side of these fucking coins. They were smack in the middle of the walkway. How did you see that? How did that happen?
Yeah.
How did that happen? You know, you can't tell me that it kicked it, or I'd understand if I'd kicked it, they would not be in a straight line. There is no way you could kick them or knock them to be completely in a straight line. Stupid me didn't have my phone on me, otherwise I would have taken a photo, because I don't believe it unless I see it.
Yeah.
But it was creepy as fuck. So I quickly emptied off the trolley, locked it.
Got the fuck out.
Shuffled the coins to the side and got the fuck out. Since then, and when I will also say, when we seen them, and I've seen it, and I don't know whether it's just because it's like a long fucking hallway. Yeah. It's creepy as shit to begin with, and it's very Stephen King, if that makes sense, right? To anyone reading?
It totally is. I fucking love it.
But it's like, it's creepy. So like you're locking, and you have to look down to the left and see down the hallway.
Yeah.
And when I seen the coins and I looked up behind Mum, they've got skylights, and then they've also got motion sensors, so the lights come on when it's motion censored, right? Just adding to the creepiness.
Yeah.
And it all went dark down there, but like a thick dark, like stuff was in front of it. Like it wasn't just dark room dark. It was jet black, thick dark. It was creepy. It was weird.
Yeah.
So we quickly locked everything up. I made her fucking stand next to me this time, and then we promptly left.
Yeah.
So that was the story of the coins. Mum and I were having a discussion. The initial story of the coins the coins that she found were because of Granddad. I don't know who these are. I keep telling my Nana Joes to hurry up and give me the lotto numbers so that, oh shit, I forgot to put one in tonight too.
One job.
I know. So that we can just like buy a house and stuff. So
just
I don't know who it was that was trying to make contact or fucking with me. But whatever it was creepy. And
we had a coin here.
Yes. Okay. So then
I felt like this coin was Granddad.
I think this coin was Granddad being like, oi, listen to me. So then, creepy storage place.
Yeah.
Jess and I end up going there at night time.
Oh, that was fun.
Now, Jess won't leave me, unlike our mother.
No, I'm gangster, and I will fight people. I went and investigated the noises I was hearing.
Yeah, easily, but Jess doesn't. So
come at me, bruss.
I make her hold my hand if we're somewhere creepy. Doesn't matter where we're at. If we're somewhere creepy, I'm 34 years old, you're going to hold my fucking hand. I'm sorry, but no.
We're going to hold hands. We're going to think positive things.
That's
we're going to click our red heels together and get the fuck out.
Yes, I'm going to click my light up Ugg boots and we'll go home, Dorothy. Anyway,
no, I'm like, come at me.
Well, we went in there and this was the other side of it, and this side's got proper lights that stay on.
Yes.
These ones aren't motion censored. I think it's because it's directly behind the office and all the lights have to stay on there. So anyway, so we go in there and it does seem a little creepy. There's a very strong scent of lavender or eucalyptus.
It's eucalyptus.
Of eucalyptus. It
I was just like,
the point of like, who the
someone's
fuck is
cleaning something somewhere.
Yeah, that's what it smelled like. Eucalyptus and mothballs, but it's also a storage unit, so you just got to,
Yeah. I was like, they must be cleaning the office.
That's what I was thinking.
Wafting down the hallway.
It was really strong. It was like someone was standing next to you with the essential oil just flicking it at you.
Yeah, like.
So we go there. It seems creepy, but the lights are on and I can't tell much. And there's a pallet jack at the end of the hallway and I'm like, Jess, it's like, I swear to God, if that thing moves, I'm going to freak out. I'm like, I'm already with you. So we're doing trips together because the lights are on, and then we're sort of doing trips separately, sort of passing each other in the hallway. And then I'm outside and I can hear what sounds like music. Like, you know, when you can hear the touch fields, the people playing football on the touch fields, and the wind carries the noise, and you're like over the other side of our little town, but you can hear it.
Yeah. And
the school and the kids playing in the bell goes.
Yeah, like everything's in the distance.
Yeah, so that's what it sounded like. And Jess could hear it too from the inside.
And then I could hear, it sounded like, because at both ends of either ends of the hallway, there's roller doors to go that from the outside so you can walk in. So you've got 2 entry and exit points. We were at the furthest one, and I've walked in with the what do you call it? Like a weight bell? The bench press thing. What is it?
The stick.
So
I'm going to say stick loosely, but the metal pole that you
put your weights on, and then you can do like use your bench presses.
Yeah.
Anyway,
and lift. Although if you have watched any Disney movie, Jess does instantly.
I totally did it.
Kung fu stick.
Yeah, I totally did the Mulan and was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
As I walked into here, because that's who I am. Anyway.
So she wanted.
So I've walked in to put it in the room, and I could hear commotion as I've walked in there, and I was just like, okay. And then as I've gone around into the hall, like stepped into the hallway, I've heard the roller door down the other end slide up, and I honestly thought I could hear someone down there, and like the doors open, door open. And I could hear talking and commotion and stuff. Like I was like, okay, there must be someone else in here. Like, this is weird. So I say to April to stay outside.
Yeah.
And I just walk straight down the hallway with this fucking metal.
Yes, very gangster.
I'm looking, nah, there's no one down there. Everything's closed. Everything's good. I turn around and April's in the hallway going, Jess, what are you doing? What's up there? Jess. I'm like, nothing. But it was weird because when I got down to the hallway, everything was quiet. I couldn't hear talking anymore. Everything was gone.
But then it went really silent outside too.
Yeah, it was just really weird. And then I was like, okay, cool, let's just like do this, get out. Like, I don't feel weird. It was just kind of like, so someone's having a party and I'm going to be that neighbor and ring the police, but it's really, I'm going to walk down the hallway and be like, what's up, bitch?
Yeah. And I would also like to point out that when we left,
yeah, that was creepy.
When we left and we turned the corner to go past, so it's like in a U shape. So you enter in one side and you exit out the other. So as we're turning the corner to exit and go down the hallway, like go down past the hallways, we go past the entrance to the other storage unit that we have there. And as we go past...
This is the one with like the sensor lights?
All the lights. So the lights don't go on...
Oh, this game...
The lights don't go on down the hallway that goes from where the car is to the hallway that has all of the things on. So it's kind of like... It's a big, long line of them, and at the beginning and at the end, there's a hallway from, like, the road/car park that you walk down to then enter and access all of the storage units. So there's sensor lights on the hallways going to the main hallway and then the hallway that's going from end to end. So we have to go down one hallway and turn left, and ours is in one far corner.
Yeah.
So as we're rounding the outside of this building, the opening to this hallway is there, and you can see it visibly because they never shut the roller doors. And the hallway, the small hallway that adjoins the outside to the main drag, so to speak, of hallway and creepiness, is dark. But the hallway that's long ways that has all of this sounds really confusing, but the hallway that has all of the storage units on it, it was all like dark, someone, and then it starts lighting up as if someone's running down it.
Yeah,
all in line with our car. So,
and it was, I've got goosebumps. So April's watching it, and April's like, oh my God.
As we're driving slowly because you can do like 2 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In there.
April's like, Jess, the lights are happening. And then I could see it in the rearview mirror and the side mirror, and I'm like, fuck. And I was like, oh my God, no. And it was just like this, like, we have to get the fuck out.
So what I want to know...
I just want to say this. I've never put a code in so fast before in my life. And I didn't fuck it up.
But what I want to know is their sensors not like... So they sense when you walk in it.
They're not going to do from outside.
If the sensor lights in the hallway that were right next to the car didn't go off, why would the sensor lights all the way down the hallway
go off?
Because I thought maybe... the lights from the car would trigger it because the lights kind of shine down that hallway as you turn the corner, but it's not light monitor triggered, it's sensor triggered.
Yeah, it's motion detector.
You've got to move in there for them lights to go on. And the movement came from right where our front fucking door is in our storage unit.
It could have been that. It could have been a rat.
It could have been, but what rat runs that fucking fast exactly at the same time as our car speed?
That was someone chasing the car.
Yeah, it was creepy as fuck.
Like, I legit have goosebumps all down my one side.
Yeah, it was great. It was joyous as all hell. It was fantastic.
I love it. But, and then, while all this was happening, we were discussing it at home and all this stuff. My mum gets a phone call from her brother, so our uncle, and we're talking about the Queens and everything. And at this point in time, we're all accounted in the house. We're all in our lounge room. So we've got like an open plan, like lounge room, dining, kitchen area. So we're all in the lounge room dining. And we hear a coin drop, and it was very, very loud. And we were like, what the fuck? We get up, and there's a random 50-cent coin piece, right, on our kitchen bench.
In the middle of it.
In the middle of the kitchen bench.
Near
There's
it.
nothing around it. There was nothing. Super fucking weird. And it was so weird. Like, it was just like, what the fuck? And so we go over, and me, Dad, and April are investigating it. Mum's on the phone to her brother, and he even heard it on his end, like the bang.
It was a loud
so
bang on the ground,
fucking loud
on the bench. I was like, what the fuck is that? The cat up on the bench. Cat sitting next to us. All four of us are sitting in the lounge room, and you look up, and we go over to the bench, and in the middle of the bench is
a 50-cent piece.
A 50-cent piece.
So then.
And I picked it up and dropped it, and that was the exact thing.
And Dad's like, are you sure? So then we sat there and we kept dropping. We're like, yeah, no, that's the fucking sound. Yeah, it was so weird. And Mum has kept these like special like coins because they've got like special dates and stuff on them. And it was one of the coins that she's kept in the drawer. And she's missing one still. So we're waiting for the other penny to drop.
Ha ha ha.
To see what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Because it was so weird that's one of them, and Mum's like, I can't find the other one. It was a 50-cent piece and a 10-cent.
Yeah.
Mum's like, I can't find the 10-cent piece. The 50-cent piece is gone. That's my 50-cent piece. So, yeah, super crazy. But, yeah, that's our speak.
And then adding to all of that, the uncle that she was talking to was like, well, actually, I found a 5-cent piece in the middle of our hallway too. Now, this is Nana's hallway, Nana and Granddad's hallway.
Now, they live 2.5-hour flight from us.
Yeah, they're on the Gold Coast, and it's a cut, which makes me think more and more it was Granddad because it's his own house, and it's like a tiny little hallway.
Theirs is the baby hallway.
It's not a long one, obviously,
it's
and it's
two
not like
rooms
closed
long.
In either.
No.
So there was a random, and that big snore was the dog, and then also Uncle Chris found one on the driveway, or one of them found a 5-cent piece on the driveway. So we're not really sure what the deal is.
I think it's just saying, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
But we'll find out soon.
We will, because we're going to go and see someone.
Yeah. Good times.
And get some answers, I guess, because someone's trying to tell us something.
Yeah, feel free to give us your opinion on it, because, like, I'm totally down to
And, like, how good are the sensor lights? And most
give us your opinion on that shit.
Will they go off if the car's driving near them?
Like, I feel like we should go back and just do it. Do the lap.
And just keep driving.
Yeah, and just see. Like, I want to. But I also want to put a camera in the hallways and just see.
Oh, fuck that.
What?
I have my shit there for another 12 months. If I find out what's there, I'm not going back.
I won't tell you.
No, fuck you.
How about this? How about we do it right at the end? If more shit happens,
okay,
when you move out of there, we'll do it.
All right, we'll do it then.
I'll ask for permission and we'll do it. Because, yeah,
Otherwise, we've got to always stick a camera on the inside, like, and turn the volume up.
In your storage.
In the storage, and see if we can hear anything for the night too.
Yeah.
Because it's actually pretty quiet. Like, once you're in there, you can't hear shit.
Nah,
from
I
outside.
honestly think, like, spiritually, like, and doing investigations, I've always found the sound to be way more fucking creepier than the visual. So hearing shit and not seeing it,
it's the cat snoring at the door.
Yeah, they're both passed the fuck out.
It's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. That's true. I've had something whisper in my ear when I was asleep. That was fucked.
Dude, what about when I was at the pub? When I lived
there? Don't even get me started at your... No, I heard them footsteps and I seen that
No, but what about when
I
came home that night because I got fucking woken up?
Yeah, some creepy shit. I don't want to talk about it anymore because it's going to make me creepy. I need to sleep at some stage tonight.
Yeah, I know. I'm literally going to go to bed straight after this.
I have to go and spend about 4 hours in with my face in a textbook. I was the cat.
As the cat. Your study buddy is awake.
He just sits on my laptop and judges me.
Fuck you, boo. Don't judge. Don't be such a hater. Okay, all right, guys. Have you
mass like fucking
detour from BTK? I was going to say B2K. I was watching you
That's
got served.
What it is that
I was watching You Got Served earlier today. I haven't watched that bad boy in a long time. I was like, oh my gosh, I feel old. Anyway,
Don't even. I was in high school when that motherfucker came out.
I was in primary school. I know. Holy fuck. Anyway, okay. So I hope everyone has another full wonderful week and all that jazz.
How do we tell how many people are actually listening to this?
I'll show you.
Because, like, if it's, like, under 10, we should give a shout-out to each person because there's 10.
Oh, you're going to shout them out, boo? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, all right. Bye, guys. See you next
Bye.
week.